Hi, this is RespawnRusty, and today I'm going to do a review video. So recently I discovered SteamWorld 1 and 2, and I've got to say that I'm not disappointed. They were developed by a company called Image & Form, with the first releasing on Xbox in June 2015, and its sequel coming out 3 years later in November of 2018. Okay, right, I know what you're thinking. Why is it taking me so long to put out a review video on these two games? Well, the truth is, I've only just discovered them, and I figure there's got to be others out there just like me. Anyway, both games are similar platform mining adventures that have a Metroidvania style upgrade and progression system. You might recall or may have played a mobile game years ago called I Dig It. If so, you'll be familiar with the basics. You dig down through the ground, mining ores and gems which you have to bring back to the surface so you can purchase upgrades. It's these upgrades that make it possible for you to go down deeper, so that you can return with greater amounts of rarer resources, which in turn fetch higher wads of cash when you sell them. This is where the similarities end though with that mobile game, and where the SteamWorld games start to become their own thing. You see, each one has its own story, objectives and progression, and whilst there are similarities between the two, like smashing rocks with a pickaxe, talking to weird and wonderful characters, dodging collapsing boulders, absorbing water for steam-powered abilities, running out of precious light. They are both different enough from one another to warrant playing both. In fact, I highly recommend it. I found them to be addictive and great fun to play with. Now I want to keep this as spoiler free as I can, so I'll give you a very basic overview on each game without going into too much detail. In SteamWorld 1, you play as Rusty, a robot that inherits a claim to a mine from his missing uncle. Your objective is simple: mine, explore and discover what awaits you in the depths. I found this game to be the shorter of the two, but with less locations to explore, it still took me 9 hours to finish. There are upgrades to unlock that speed up the progress and make manoeuvring a lot easier. I was surprised when I got to the end of the game, as I wasn't expecting it to take the turn that it did. It left me wanting more, and thankfully the sequel didn't fail to deliver that. In fact, I think it did it even better. With SteamWorld 2, you play as Dorothy, another robot character that you were introduced to in the first game. It's a definite continuation of the story, and as the game starts out, it's quickly established that your objective is to look for Rusty, the protagonist of the first game. The sequel introduces upgrades that feel different enough from the first game to warrant wanting to discover and unlock them. I was also surprised to find that there were more locations than the first game. Alongside respawning enemies, there was another new improvement that I welcomed. Throughout the world, you can find and collect cogs. Typically, these will appear in one of the many puzzle rooms that lie scattered across the map, but they can also be found in secret tunnels if you listen out for their cog turning sound. With these cogs, you are able to activate particular mods that give you a whole range of benefits beyond just upgrades. This gives you a great reason to want to find as many as you can, and I feel it encourages more thorough exploration as a result. Both games did well to keep me engaged and wanting to explore everything as thoroughly as I could. I didn't find myself getting bored, which indicated to me that they were both a good length. I think both games were addictive. I enjoyed the soundtracks. There's a fast travel system in both games that makes getting around much easier. There's not really any replayability. Once you've finished the game, you've pretty much seen all there is to it. To sum it up, I think both games are very addictive. The sequel builds on what the first lays as a great foundation. I felt both were long enough, my hunger was satiated. Personally, I would give SteamWorld 1 a 7 out of 10. I would give SteamWorld 2 a higher 8 out of 10. So there we go. SteamWorld 1 and 2. 2 games that I'm not disappointed I tried. Now, did you know that if you like this video, you could click that little thumbs up button? That's right. What's even more crazy is that if you click the subscribe button, it will change colour. Honestly though, silliness aside, thumbs up or down, tell me what you think in the comments and let me know what you want to see. Until our paths cross again, I'll see you next time.